Mary had a little lamb.
From the classiest radio station on the air, this is...
To the Black Rabbit's Curse, where every shadow hides a sinister verse. Hear the airs thick tales of terror, and tales of terror twist in your head. Into the dark unknown, where fear takes root and chills the bone. Beware, dear traveler, for once you're here, the curse may linger year after year. The Buffalo Soldiers Missing Patrol, a Black Rabbit's Curse original, inspired by the real Buffalo Soldiers Black Army unit. Before this story begins, this is some real history worth knowing. After a civil war, Congress established Black regiments in the regular U.S. Army. Among them were the 9th and the 10th Cavalry Regiments, whose members became famously known as the Buffalo Soldiers. They served across America's West, escorting stagecoaches and mail, guarding remote posts, building roads and telegraph lines, and riding long patrols through deserts and mountains. They endured brutal conditions while also facing racism and discrimination from the country they serve. The Buffalo Soldiers were real. The missing patrol in this story is not. But imagine that somewhere in the Army records, one patrol was deliberately forgotten. New Mexico Territory, 1886. 12 Buffalo soldiers roamed remote army posts to investigate an abandoned wagons found along the old desert trail. Their commander was Sergeant Isaiah Cole, experienced, disciplined, a man who had never lost a soldier. The patrol was supposed to return in 3 days. It never did. Search parties followed 12 sets of hoofprints for nearly 40 miles. Then something impossible changed. Every track stopped at the exact same spot. No bodies, no horses, no equipment. The men had simply vanished. Eventually, they were declared missing. Then history moved on until 2026. That summer, archaeologist Dr. Marcus Reed and his team followed an old cavalry map into the same desert. Near sunset, they smelled smoke. Marcus climbed a ridge and froze. Below him stood a military camp. 12 horses were tied outside, alive, saddled, a pot of coffee boiled over a fire. Then 12 black soldiers emerged from the tents. One raised his rifle. Halt! Marcus immediately recognized his face. Sergeant Isaiah Cole. Marcus slowly raised his hands. Sergeant, what year is it? Cole frowned. 1886. Marcus' stomach tightened. It's 2026. Cole stared at him. Marcus whispered, "You've been missing for 140 years. Cole slowly shook his head. No. We made camp yesterday. Then all 12 horses suddenly turned towards the darkening desert and began screaming. Cole raised his rifle. His face went pale. Get inside the firelight. Marcus looked towards the darkness. Oh, why? Cole whispered, because whatever took us last night is coming back. Marcus' team consisted of archaeologist Leah Brooks, researcher Daniel Hayes, and cameraman Trevor Miles. They had expected to find bones. Instead, everything around them was alive. The horses sweated, the soldiers breathed, dinner still warm. Even the firewood looked freshly cut. Marcus showed Cole his phone. Cars, airplanes, modern cities. Finally, he showed him the historical record. Patrol 17, 12 men missing, August 1886. Private Elijah Bone leaned over Cole's shoulder. It says we're dead? No, Marcus said quietly. It says nobody ever found you. Another soldier asked. My wife? Marcus couldn't answer. The soldier looked away. Cole sat beside the fire. Marcus asked, what happened last night? Cole stared into the flames. We were following wagon tracks. Whose wagon? Don't know. Cole looked up, but there weren't any horse tracks. Something had dragged the wagon through the desert without touching the ground. Then Bone noticed something else. Their shadows. 12 men, 12 horses. But on the ground, 13 horses' shadow followed them. Marcus frowned. 13? We counted. Cole's voice became quieter. 12 horses? 13 shadows? Then, crunch. Everyone fell silent. Something had stepped on gravel beyond the firelight. Crunch. Pause. Crunch. Slowly circling them. Trevor raised his hand. Cole shook it down. Don't! Why? Cole stared into the darkness. Because last night, it noticed when we looked at it. Then the cavalry bugle sounded somewhere far away. Bone whispered, same sound. Marcus looked at him. From last night? Bone shook his head. No, from tomorrow. At 11:47 p.m., Daniel checked his phone, then frowned. 11:46? 11:45? 11:44? Marcus. Every digital clock was moving backward. Cole pulled out his pocket watch. His hands were doing the same. Then the horses became silent. One pointed into the darkness. Sergeant? A distant horse stood on the field. Completely black. No saddle, no rider. Its legs were uncomfortably long. Slowly, it lifted its head. Trevor zoomed his camera. Oh, God. The horse had no eyes. 2 antique pocket watches were buried in its skull, ticking backwards. Tick, tick, tick. Then the horse opened its mouth. Human teeth filled its jaw. A man's voice emerged. Roll call! Cole raised his rifle. Nobody answers. by the Elijah bone. Bone's body stiffened, his mouth open against his will. Present! Bone slapped his hand over his mouth. Private Samuel Carter, present. One after another. 12 soldiers answered. Then Sergeant Isaiah Cole. Cole bit his lip until blood appeared. Still present. Silence. Then the creature said,
Dr. Lena Brooks.
Lena backed away.
Daniel Hyde.
Daniel started shaking.
Trevor Miles.
Trevor dropped his camera. Finally,
Marcus Reed.
Marcus rose. Cole grabbed him. Don't answer. The horse repeated.
Marcus Reed.
The fire suddenly went out. Marcus heard bare feet walking behind him. Crunch. Crunch. Something leaned beside his ear and whispered,
You always.
The fire returned. Marcus looked down. His right boot was gone. His bare foot rested in the sand, and surrounding the camp were fresh human footprints. All the same size, all belonging to Marcus. At exactly 3:17 a.m., the stars vanished. Then thousands of tiny orange lights appeared above the camp. Marcus looked up. Campfires? Floating upside down across the sky. People stood around them. Cowboys, soldiers, families beside covered wagons, modern hikers, people from different centuries, all trapped in the same night. Lena whispered, "This place has been taking people for hundreds of years." A voice behind them said, "Longer." They turned. An elderly black man approached. He wore a Buffalo Soldier uniform. Cole aimed his rifle. "Identify yourself!" The old man looked towards one of Cole's soldiers. "Corporal Henry Tate." Everyone turned towards young Henry Tate standing beside the fire. Young Tate whispered, That's my name." The elderly Tate smiled sadly. "I know. How old are you?" 101. Young Tate shook his head. "I'm 28. The old man looked around. "Time doesn't move here." Marcus steps closer. What is this place? A stable? For what?" Old Tate's expression changed. "The dead aren't riding those horses." The desert began trembling. Thousands of footprints approached. Riders appeared along the horizon. Soldiers from different centuries, ancient warriors, cavalrymen, modern troops, even soldiers wearing uniforms from wars that hadn't happened yet. At the front of the towering figure, a black cavalry coat, no face beneath its hat, only darkness. It raised its bugle. Old Tate whispered, That's the rider. The creature pointed towards Cole's soldiers, 12, then pointed towards Marcus, 13. Marcus suddenly fell to his knees. Memories exploded in his head. A cavalry rifle, a blue uniform, a horse beneath him, Sergeant Cole laughing aside a campfire. Marcus whispered, "No." Cole stared at him. Then his face changed. Recognition. "Reed?" Marcus looked up. Cole whispered, "Private Marcus Reed?" Suddenly, all 12 soldiers remembered him. Patrol 17 hadn't contained 12 men. It contained 13. Marcus had been one of them. Cole remembered what happened. In 1886, the patrol discovered a black stone doorway standing alone in the desert. Marcus touched it. The door opened. Behind it was an endless night filled with riders. The faceless creature emerged. Then it grabbed Marcus and pulled him through. The door closed. Immediately, everyone forgot Marcus had existed. Even history changed. The patrol became 12 men. Marcus stared at the creature. What did you do to me?" The rider answered, "I gave you tomorrow." Marcus understood. The creature had thrown him 140 years into the future. Then the creature created false memories, a childhood, parents, school, a career, everything. It turned a buffalo soldier into an archaeologist because it knew Marcus would eventually become obsessed with one mystery, the missing patrol. It had used him to find the camp again. Marcus whispered, "My entire life was bringing me back here?" The rider slowly nodded. Then the black stone doorway rose from the stand. It opened. On the other side was 2026. The rider began moving towards it. He raised his rifle. "If that thing gets through." Marcus already knew. He looked towards the soldiers, men who had lost 140 years. Then Marcus saw another horse behind him. Brown, strong, familiar. His horse. Memories returned. Marcus climbed into the saddle. Cole smiled. "Welcome back, Private." 13 buffalo soldiers formed a line. The rider changed. Cole shouted, "Patrol 17, fire!" Gunfire exploded. The soldiers charged into 1,000 of shadow riders. Marcus moved straight towards the faceless creature. At the last second, he turned towards the doorway. The creature followed. Marcus crossed into 2026. The rider crossed behind him. The doorway slammed shut. And back in 1886, the sun finally rose. Leia, Daniel, and Trevor escaped. Marcus didn't. But when they returned home, history had changed. Patrol 17 was no longer listed as missing. The 12 Buffalo soldiers returned to their fort on August 18th, 1886. They lived, they married, some had children. Sergeant Cole survived into old age. Marcus had given them their lives back that the desert stole. But Marcus Reed no longer existed in 2026. No birth certificates, no university records, no apartment, nothing. Only Trevor's camera remembered him. Weeks later, Lena watched the final footage again. Marcus disappeared through the doorway. The writers followed, then static. She paused her recording. Something was visible in the static. Marcus, standing in darkness, wearing his Buffalo Soldier's uniform. He looked directly into the camera. His lips moved. 3 words. It followed me. Lena's blood went cold. Then someone knocked on her apartment door 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. Outside, a horse whined. Lena opened the door. Marcus stood outside, still young, still wearing his 1886 cavalry uniform, but his eyes were completely black. Behind him stood thousands of horses. Lena whispered, "Marcus?" For a moment, his eyes returned to normal. "Don't let me inside." Lena backed away. What happened? Marcus began crying. The soldiers were trapped with it. Lena stared at him. What? They were keeping it trapped with them. The endless night had been a prison for 140 years. 12 Buffalo Soldiers had unknowingly stood guard. When Marcus rescued them, he broke the lock. The writer hadn't followed Marcus in 2026. Marcus had carried it inside him. Every clock in Lena's apartment stopped. 3:17 a.m. Her television switched on, then her phone, then her laptop. Across the city, millions of screens illuminated simultaneously. The same message appeared. Roll call. Lena's phone spoke. Dr. Lena Brooks. She covered her mouth. Outside, other voices began answering. Yes, hello, that's me. Every time someone answered, they disappeared. Their clothes fell empty onto the ground. And somewhere outside, another horse appeared. Lena stared at Marcus. What does it want? Marcus looked towards the city. More horses appeared with every passing second. Then he whispered, "A bigger patrol." The bugle sounded, not from the desert, from every phone on Earth. Marcus slowly mounted his horse. Behind him stretched an army of missing people from hundreds of years of history. Then the rider emerged from Marcus's shadow, 9 feet tall, faceless, waiting. It raised one hand. Every device in the world became silent. Then it began calling names, billions of them, one at a time. And that's when Lena finally understood why the original patrol had disappeared. The Buffalo Soldiers hadn't gotten lost. They hadn't been killed. They hadn't accidentally entered some haunted desert. They volunteered to stay. They had discovered that thing beneath the desert in 1886 and realized someone had to keep it occupied. 12 black soldiers sacrificed their entire futures. Knowing history, might never understand what they had done. They weren't missing, they were standing guard, and Marcus, trying to save them, had ended their watch. The writer turned towards Lena. Its pocket watch eyes stopped. Then, for the first time, they began ticking forward. Tick, tick, tick. The creature smiled. Dr. Lena Brooks. She remained silent. Then it spoke another name. Not hers, not Marcus, yours. And somewhere outside your window, a horse began walking towards your house. Slowly. Crunch. Crunch. Then the bugle sounds, and something in the darkness whispers, "Roll call." Whatever you do, don't answer.
Sit here, heart still racing, eyes wide open. Remember, the terror doesn't end when the video does. You may try to forget, but the shadows have a way of following. The whispers grow louder each night, don't they? So go ahead, close your eyes, if you dare. But know this, you're not alone. Not anymore. But the Black Rabbit's curse has seen you, and it's waiting. So what happens when the lights go out? If you want to find out, make sure you come back. But next time, will you be ready? Sleep well. Or don't.